Imagine you're about to book your next flight, or maybe you've already checked in, and suddenly you discover a new airline rule that either adds hundreds in fees or, worse, completely ruins your trip. That's no longer hypothetical in 2025. This has happened to thousands of travelers just like you. Welcome to the airline industry's year of hidden surprises, where policies quietly roll out behind the scenes and catch unsuspecting passengers completely off guard. You're about to uncover Rule 1 through Rule 10, each a covert shocker causing chaos for unaware travelers. Read on to save yourself from fallout, and know that many wish they'd discovered this before it was too late. Funny how some people still haven't subscribed, but we'll come back to that. Rule 1. Facial recognition boarding. Your face is now your boarding pass. Airports like JFK, Frankfurt, Singapore, and now others are rolling out gates where cameras replace boarding pass scans. One traveler in Hong Kong was denied entry on her business class flight because facial recognition was mandatory, no barcode accepted. Airlines tout faster boarding and improved security, but privacy concerns are growing. You might assume opting out is an option, but many airlines don't clearly offer that choice. If your scan fails or you opted out last minute, you may watch the flight depart without you. It's convenience disguised as evolution, and many don't even realize it's happening. At this point, you may wonder whether you've subscribed, because missing such updates is exactly how these surprises get you. Rule 2. The solo traveler surcharge. A deceptively simple change hides a nasty surprise. Booking a single seat can cost significantly more per passenger than booking two. Reports surfaced early in 2025 that Delta charged solo flyers up to $249 per seat, while booking two dropped the per seat cost to $159. That's a penalty, not a discount. While Delta quietly pulled it from some routes, the surcharge still exists on others, and similar pricing tactics are reportedly being tested at American and United Airlines. The assumption that solo travelers are less sensitive to price is hitting retirees and students hard too. So before your next booking, search with two passengers, compare the per-seat fare, and when refundable, cancel the extra seat. That tiny exercise could save you hundreds. Rule 3. Carry-on crackdown and battery rules. Packing your favorite tote with laptop, snacks, and chargers used to be safe, but not anymore. Airlines across Asia, Europe, and even full-service carriers now weigh both carry-on and personal items at the gate. Limits are often as low as 7 kilograms, 15 pounds, exceed it even slightly, and you may be forced to check your bag for a fee that can exceed $80 or repack before boarding. On top of that, after a mid-air fire caused by a power bank in checked luggage, airlines now ban power banks in overhead bins or entirely. You must keep them in your personal item or even on your lap, reachable by crew at all times. Not following this rule could cost you time, drama, or confiscation. Rule 4. Digital entry, ETA, must-haves. Having your passport and boarding pass may no longer be enough. Starting January 8, 2025, the UK now requires an ETA, electronic travel authorization, for citizens of the US, Canada, and other eligible countries. The fee hovers around $20, and the authorization lasts 2 years with multiple entries. But airlines are now responsible for verifying ETA status. If you don't have one, they must deny boarding or face fines. The EU's ETS system, arriving in late 2026, will expand this mandatory registration for Schengen visitors. Even non-EU countries like Turkey are tightening gates with digital entry. Ignoring this can mean being denied boarding, even though your ticket and passport are in order. Rule 5. Route cuts and fare hikes. Have you searched for a USA-Canada or USA-Europe return flight in 2025? You might have noticed fewer options and higher prices. Booking data shows a 30% drop in Canada-US routes and a 10% decline from Europe compared to the previous year. Airlines like Lufthansa, British Airways, Air France, and WestJet quietly reduced frequencies or scrapped routes completely, shifting tickets to booming Latin America markets. The result? Fewer flight options, more expensive fares, and itineraries that sometimes require multiple connections just to get home. If you delayed booking or held out for a bargain, you likely paid, or now will. Rule 6. Dynamic seat fees and middle seat charges. In 2025, seat selection turned into a hidden economy. Airlines like United and American now use dynamic pricing for selecting middle, aisle, window, and exit row seats. What once cost $10 might now be $47, or the price might be the same for a window and middle seat. Basic economy fares are hit hardest, but standard economy also feels the squeeze. Skip selection, and you may default into a middle seat flanked by strangers. If you've trusted your elite status or loyalty tier to secure decent seating for free, you might feel cheated now, and rightly so. Rule 7. Strict lithium battery enforcement. If you've ever tossed your power bank into a carry-on without thinking twice, reconsider. Airlines and entire countries such as China now ban uncertified or recalled lithium power banks outright. Even certified devices may be restricted from overhead bins, requiring placement within your personal item or lap. Some policies require showing proof of certification. Violations risk device seizure or delayed security scrutiny. Many continue packing chargers as before, but the rules have quietly shifted, and ignorance here carries real consequences. Rule 8. Stricter check-in deadlines. Late arrivers beware. Airlines like United have reprogrammed their booking systems so that check-in closes 45 minutes before domestic flights, full 15 minutes earlier than before, with absolutely no manual override allowed. Even gate agents cannot rescue you if you show up at 44 minutes. Some flights require in-person identity checks before issuing a boarding pass, making even web check-in risky if timing is tight. If you ever treated check-in time as flexible, consider that assumption shattered. Rule 9. Standing too soon can cost you. You may have assumed everyone stands as soon as the plane stops, but at Istanbul Airport, and likely other Turkish airlines, standing up or unbuckling while the seatbelt sign remains illuminated is illegal. Flight attendants are obligated to report offenders, and fines reaching into the hundreds of dollars have already been issued. With runway taxi times sometimes stretching over 30 minutes, it's tempting to move early. But doing so now risks more than scolding. It risks a bill. If lounging your neck too early feels harmless, think again. Rule 10. Luxury lounges aren't so luxurious anymore. What once felt like a perk now comes with restrictions. Delta's Sky Club now limits premium American Express cardholders to just 10 or 15 visits per year, depending on their card tier. Exceed that, and you're charged $50 per visit. Capital One and other issuers have reduced privileges as well. If you've come to rely on lounge access as part of your premium card benefits, you may now find yourself turned away or shocked by a post-visit charge. Many are learning the hard way. Taken together, these 10 rules reveal a travel ecosystem that has shifted under your feet. Practices once considered optional or lightly enforced are now codified, and a single oversight can cost you money, planning, or even your seat. If you've ever wondered why certain travelers seem to move through airports smoothly and fee-free, it's because they either actively stay informed or they happened upon this info before chaos hit. Once you finish reading this, and before booking tickets, packing bags, or heading to the terminal, pause. Think, do I know the full rules? Have I compared fares? Weighed my bag? Completed my ETA or ETS? Verified seat costs? Kept my power bank accessible? Are my check-in alarm clocks set? Am I aware of lounge limits? If any question gives you pause, consider this moment your turning point. You can still take control of your next trip. Use this knowledge to outmaneuver silent policy shifts, surprise fees, and the kind of denial boarding stories you'll hear in the forums. And if realizing this makes you wish you'd known earlier, know that choosing not to stay informed isn't just a mistake, it amplifies risk. Your next flight doesn't have to be a gamble. Travel smart, stay alert, and let your future self quietly wonder why more people weren't forewarned.